Welcome back to Lower Keys Living, everybody, and this is definitely not where you typically see me in my videos. I'm not out on the water here today, but up in the tree getting some fresh coconuts. Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite recipes for our fish that we do. Um, and this one takes a lot of prep work. It's a bit of work getting the coconuts down, prepping the coconuts. We get fresh mangoes off our mango trees for this one, along with something you may not have seen before, but we use the banana flowers, which is the big flower at the end of the banana bunches. So not the bananas for this one, but the banana flowers. We use a couple of different parts of that. So I'm going to take you through everything here with what we're doing for this. But starting off, getting 2 coconuts prepped, cleaning off the husks, the shells, getting down to the shells so we can use the fresh meat in these along with the coconut water inside the shells. Like these nice young green coconuts because they are packed with water and the pulp inside is really soft, very fleshy, easy to peel out, and it whips up really nice, almost into a heavy cream, whipped cream style texture to it once we whip it up to go into the sauce that we're going to use on the fish that you'll see here in a little while. Remarkably enough, in all the years of doing this, I have never nicked my fingers, still have all 10 fingers on all parts of them on this. But again, just stripping these 2 coconuts down, getting them ready to go for our dish tonight. And again, this takes a lot of prep work for these, but so worth it when you've got good quality fish. I love doing a really nice recipe just to help bring out the flavor and bring something different to the table each night. Now this one is just a dinner just for my wife and my youngest daughter. Older daughter's off at college, so doing a nice dinner for the 3 of us here. And it just does happen to be the night before Valentine's, so do a nice family dinner. So here, just grabbing a single mango off the tree, and this is the unusual part. So you can see the bunches of banana. I'm not using the bananas on this one, but the flower that grows at the base of those, and it looks like a giant flower bud. And when you look close at the flowers, you can tell these were things that never developed into bananas. But we'll pull these out, we'll clean those, and we chop those banana flowers up. And then the big part of the flower that you can see, we split that in half, and it's just like a giant artichoke heart. The difference is a little bit on the bitter side, so we do some prep on that to get rid of that bitterness. Here you can see we have drained the coconut water out of the first coconut, and you'll see here in a second just how soft and fleshy, easy it is to clean the meat out of these coconuts. When they get older and brown, that meat does sweeten up and gets that really hard, firm meat that you're used to buying in the store, and those brown coconuts, but it does not come out easy, and it doesn't whip up really nice. This just, again, you'll see in a minute, turns into almost like a nice heavy whipped cream texture when we blend it up. But that's how easy it is to clean all these out and getting this ready for part of the sauce that we make with this particular recipe. And again, that will go in a blender with the coconut water, blend that up to get a good frothy, foamy texture to it. And then we set that aside to put into our banana flowers here, you'll see in a few minutes. So that's the first part, is just getting the coconut ready. The next part is the long, tedious part, is cleaning off the banana flowers. You can see I'm going to get rid of those outer ones. They've been exposed to the sun, got a little brown, but these fresher flowers on the inside is what we're going for. Again, they've got a banana flavor to them, but it's just like a green banana that if you've bitten into a really green banana has a little bitterness to it. But here, part of this cleaning up, we're looking for that one stem that's got the bulb on top that's a little hard and crunchy. We want to get rid of that. So we peel those out, clean the stems up, and then we'll set all these aside. I'm going to do a few dozen of those. So I'm going to pull my wife in here to help with some of this cleaning in just a moment, because it does take a little bit of time to get the number of flowers that we want. You can see just going through, peeling those off, we'll get those all cleaned up. And then once we have the number of flowers we want, then we'll split that in half to go for that artichoke style heart of the banana flower. You just split it right down the middle. And there you go. Same texture. And again, these are a bit on the bitter side. So they lose some of that bitterness when you cook them down. But then also, I always do a nice creamy wasabi sauce to dip those in, gets rid of some of that bitterness. Here, just cleaning out the mango. I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you how to clean a mango. Everybody's got different methods for slicing up their fresh mangoes. This one, I just slice it down the middle once, peel it flat, and strip it all out. So here's the bulk of the ingredients. You can see we got the banana flowers, the heart of the banana flower, chopped mango, and then of course our coconut spread. But everything's laid out here. The next step of this is going to be chopping up those coconut flowers into a nice fine mix, just because it helps cook them down, soften them up, and get rid of some of that bitterness as they cook in the sauce. Sorry, it looks a little different out of sync on the timing here. I had recorded this audio while I was cooking, but the audio just didn't sound right. I need to get a new mic for my camera for when I'm recording live and doing audio. But here again, just going to chop these banana flowers up nice and fine, get those all chopped up. Then we're going to saute those in a little bit of butter with some turmeric powder and some toasted sesame seeds. Again, just breaks down the bitterness of the flowers while we're cooking. And then the final product, once these are cooked up, there's a slight bitter taste to it, but it really brings out a nice banana flavor to the coconut sauce that we're going to add to this here in a few minutes. So again, just putting the coconut flowers into some melted butter, a little turmeric on top. I didn't use nearly as much as it looks, just turmeric adds so much color to everything. And then again, here, the toasted sesame seeds going on top gives it a bit of the turmeric, the toasted sesame seeds give it a bit of an Indian flavor to it, which just goes so well with the banana flowers and the coconut cream that you're going to see. So stir these up, let them simmer for a few minutes, get them nice and soft before we add the frothy coconut pulp and coconut water to this, which you'll see here in just a second. So you can see how thick this pours. It's just the water from the coconut mixed with all that pulp you saw me take out. And I just blend that at a high speed for a minute or two, gets nice and frothy and stays nice and thick. It's a great texture, almost like a heavy cream sauce, but without all the calories and cholesterol inducing fat that you would get from a heavy cream sauce. Plus it's got the amazing flavor of coconut to it, which goes great on most of our fish dishes down here. So here I just stir this up and then I let this simmer for about 20 minutes. And I'll let that simmer while I'm getting the rest of the recipe items. But you can see how nice and thick that coconut sauce is that I just put in there, in with the banana flowers now, and get that stirred up, and then it'll thicken up a little bit more. The hearts of the banana flower, just cut those in half, turn them upside down in about 1/4 inch of water, and I'll steam those in the microwave for a few minutes. Some of the other things that we have here while I'm waiting for stuff to cook is we've got fresh pineapple that we grow here. Got a number of pineapple bushes that are always producing pineapples. We have lychee trees, we've got lemon trees, we had some nice producing lime trees, but there's been a really bad fungus throughout Florida that's just decimating the lime crops, and our key lime tree fell victim to that. Did everything I could to try and save it, but did not work out. So short on that one, but again, we got the lemon trees, the pineapple bushes, the mango trees, and this is what our finished dish looks like here. So you've got the banana flower heart, we've got mango, fresh seaweed from First Class Seafood here in Cudjoe. If you're ever out fishing and you're striking out, don't want to go empty-handed, First Class Seafood has an amazing selection, but their seaweed salad is amazing. I use that on a side dish for a lot of things. But again, First Class Seafood on Cudjoe. If you're down here, stop in and visit them. But again, this is what it looks like. Everything here, other than the seaweed and the rice, is from our property. And again, we've got salmon in the middle and then 2 pieces of tuna that came off the smoker. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this one, give you some ideas of different ways to prep your fish. And we will see you next week on Lower Keys Living. And I've got a special surprise for you next week. We'll see you then.